Good morning, everybody.
Good
Tash Ashwin
morning.
here. I'm joined once again by the delightful Anick Patry. Hello, hello,
Hey,
hello.
good morning. Hello,
Good
everyone.
morning.
So good to be with you, Tash, and with you, everyone. Thank you for joining
Yeah.
me. Thank you. We love playing with you.
Yes. We are here for day 3 of our free 3-day activation called Awaken the Muse, where we've been diving into the power of unlocking creative genius, the power of creating from the heart space. And today we're going to be talking all about embodied artistry. And just to really kind of bring this home for everyone, really looking at why creativity and unlocking embodied artistry is so essential for entrepreneurs, for therapists, for changemakers, for visionaries, for people who are really here to, shift the collective. I personally believe that we need, creativity and accessing our muse, that capacity to really inspire ourselves is what is needed and required to shift the collective. We really need to be thinking bigger. And this is what is available to us when we do this. How can we think bigger? How can we bring the perception from here to here, really to be able to see the bigger picture? So, welcome. Thank you so much to everyone who joined us yesterday and the day before. We've been having some really beautiful messages and comments and amazing insights from all of you. Anick, did you want to say anything on that regard?
Sure. Yeah. Well, we're delighted. We're just really enjoying the conversation that is happening
Yeah.
below our video shares, below our content, below Awakening the Muse 3 days challenge. And we thank you from the bottom of our heart for being willing and engaging and courageous and vulnerable to share, because we diving deep into some really powerful transformational transmissions and activations here at the Awakening the Muse challenge. So we want to really honor and bow to your courage. And we love also the gold, the wisdom that you're sharing. So keep engaging, keep sharing, because we're going to leave the videos available for you to watch on replay. So make sure, beautiful friends, that you hashtag replay.
Yes,
And
please.
we're giving you until next Monday, the 12th of Feb, until next Monday. And that's where we're going to announce a winner.
Who loves to win things?
Who
Everybody
loves to win
does.
things here? I mean, I'm a fan of winning things. So, play with your manifestation skills, your
Yeah.
manifestation energy,
Mm.
play. Because here, Tash and I, in what we're creating in the world, we're all about play, pleasure,
Yeah.
joy activation, play and pleasure.
Yeah.
And that's where we create the most powerful offering, content, and amazing creation in the world when we
That's
are
where the energy is, right?
playful energy. So dare to
Mm.
play, friends, and watch hashtag replay the content, the 3 days video, Awakening the Muse, until Monday, where
Mm.
we're going to announce the winner. And the winner will be you if you have engaged the most, have commented the most below the videos. So tell us what resonated with you. Tell us the gold you're receiving from this, what you resonated with, what you're receiving, and bring your own wisdom, your approach to what we're sharing, and any questions,
Mm.
piece of vulnerability, yeah,
Mm.
what feels in alignment for you to share, please do. And
Mm.
then the person who have commented the most below our 3 days videos
Will
will
win.
be the winner
Yay.
of a $444 soul business transmission and SBT session with me, Unique Anick, and you're up for a treat.
Yeah, very, very powerful to be in that session with you, darling.
Thank you.
Yes. And
Excited.
I want to really like spotlight, highlight what you said before about, and this is really the core of embodied artistry, really being in the body when you are facilitating your art, when you are being, the embodiment of your creations. And how do we touched on this yesterday. How do we get back into the body? We play, we we drop into pleasure, we come back into the senses, you know, like we live in the sensualist paradise. So for me, like I'm often, you know, like fabrics, like I love, you know, natural fibers and silks and cottons and linen. And, you know, I find that whenever I'm like draped in really beautiful, you know, fabrics, it kind of activates my senses and it has me really be in my body. That's something that works for me. Or, you know, beautiful fruit, going outside, being in nature, really dropping down layers deeper into my senses. That is a very powerful way to become embodied and to allow the heart space to open, right? And when we're creating from the heart, we're following the energy. You know, we're not creating from obligation, as we've spoken about, you know, inspiration over obligation. And inspiration is something that we have to breathe energy into. We have to follow the energy, and it's something that we cannot fake.
No.
Fake it.
I love that. I'm so with you. Who here loves like soft fabric, and who here is a sensual woman?
Oh, wow. 100%. That's
I
me,
know,
sensualist.
right?
Oh, yes.
Yes. So that's the pleasure part, the pleasurable part, the
And
feeling.
it brings you into the moment, right? Like it brings you, it cultivates presence.
Sure. For sure.
Yeah. And, you know, as you mentioned yesterday and the day before, like, you know, my little guy, birthday boy yesterday, like little children, they do this so naturally. You know, they are so immersed in the moment. They stop and they look at the flowers and they smell the flowers and they don't care if we're going to be late to wherever we're going. You know, they are so present with their senses. And the busier we get, the more responsibilities we take on, it seems as if it kind of detracts us from our presence, you know? It doesn't seem, it is totally what happens. It detracts us from our capacity to be present in the moment. You're going to hear me coughing a little bit today because I have a bit of a throat thing. So I'm going to mute myself and cough, and Anick, you take over.
Sure. Sure. So yeah, so the power of presence, the power of play, the power of pleasure, these elements are very much around the teaching, the facilitations that Tash and myself are providing for you to activate that within yourself, because we forget. And talking about forgetting, let's just trace back into day one. I just want to do a little recap with you, beautiful humans, about what we visited, because we offered you a lot of tools and strategies, and we played with you with really powerful exercises, Tash and myself. So on day one, we open up the portal of creativity, how to open up the unlock, unleash your creative genius. That's the whole theme of the 3 days, and that's where we started. And so there's a component of creating, but there's a component of inner work, like where the resistances or the blockages are. And I offered you an exercise with 3 questions. And I'd love to know, some of you have engaged around them. So I'd love to know if you have experienced, if you have played with your journal and your pen. Typing on your computer, but really feeling into it. So question number 1, what was, and you can do that anywhere, anytime. You can be in the plane, in the train, sitting on the toilet, on your bed at night or in the morning. I mean, anywhere in front of the mirror, very powerful, in front of the mirror. So what am I feeling? Number 1, with a breath, of course. What am I feeling right now? Number 2, what am I needing in this moment? And number 3, what does my heart desire to create right now instead? What does my heart want here and now? And to remember that it's in the simplicity, what comes from your heart activation, your heart space, to create from a heart space in the world. Powerful stuff. Heart is not washy-washy. Heart is powerful. To create from that space, you need to be engaged with that space. It's like any relationship. If you're not communicating, Ash talked about curiosity, being curious, but the 3C, curiosity, communication, and courage. That's where the heart lives. Be
I
curious.
love that.
Yes, baby. Be curious, be courageous, be brave. The word courage comes from the word in French, cœur. Courage, cœur. Un cœur courageux. A brave heart. There was a movie
The
on that.
rage of the heart.
The courage of your heart. The 3C.
Mm.
Be curious.
Mm.
Ask questions. It goes into your right brain, which is connected to your intuition, to your heart, to your superpower, your intuition, your heart, right brain, creativity.
Love that. The 4 C's.
The 4 C's. Yeah. Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Simplicity really is the language of the heart.
That's it.
It is. And there's one thing that's quite alive for me that I want to share. It's many people who are in the world of creativity are familiar with the book The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron. Have you read that book, Anick?
I've done it a
Love
couple
it.
of times. I love
Me
it.
too. Two of my favorite practices from that book that I regularly do and that I teach my authors as well. The first one is the morning pages. First thing in the morning, a bit tricky sometimes when you have little ones. So sometimes it's the afternoon pages or the mid-morning pages or the midday pages. But you sit down with your journal and you write 4 pages into your journal. And it doesn't matter what you write. You just write. You write. You write about your dream last night. You can write about how boring this is. It doesn't really matter what it is that you say, but the practice is in just starting. Because like we spoke about yesterday and the day before, often it's the fear of perfection or it not being perfect or the fear of judgment that holds us back. So just start to write. But the second one that I want to speak into is the notion of the artist date.
Oh, yes.
Taking yourself out on the regular, once a week, once a fortnight, once a month, just you and yourself for an artist date. So for me, that might look like going and having a beautiful lunch and people watching and listening to conversations and writing down things that I hear and being like, oh, I could create some really interesting creative writing around that. It might be going to a movie and being really like open and curious and courageous enough to go on my own, which I go on my own all the time. It might be going to the art gallery or going and watching the sunlight glint off the waves or whatever it is, like really prioritizing curiosity within yourself and as an actual artist date. Anick, your turn.
I love that. I love that. It's really beautiful. It's important to, again, it comes down to, like the pillars of our work, self-care, like, putting yourself first, which is a huge component of my soul's work as well. Choosing you, number one. Okay, you choose yourself first, no matter what. You might lose people on the way, lose things, but you choose your own sacred heart first, your soul purpose. You choose you, and it's by action, by choices and by actions that you demonstrated yourself some self-care and some self-love, some self-respect. And taking your little girl and your sovereign badass, your creatrix, your muse as well, to do the things that you love on these dates, and that opens you up, and that helps to open yourself up to receive inspiration, to create, to be
You
in
have
your
to generate it. You
in
have to cultivate it.
That's it. It's like anything.
Like any relationship, your relationship with your muse, your creatrix, your creativity, your creative genius, who is your creatrix, who is your muse, is a relationship that has to be generated. The more energy you put into that relationship, the more alive it's going to be.
100%. 100%. It's like making love. I mean, if you're not, I'm going to be really blunt here, but if you're not wet, if you haven't,
You're not
and
ready?
you're not ready, and if you're not connected to your partner, you're not
Yeah.
in communication, you're not engaged in the relationship, you're not cultivating
Yeah.
another C right there, cultivating,
Mm,
connecting,
mm,
communicating, engaging. There
mm,
is no exchange of energy, and it's not juiced up.
mm.
So if you're going to create a baby, you're going to create a book. You do your morning pages to warm up before you make love. You do,
Mm.
what do you call it? Pre-millennium, pre something. I forgot the word.
Sure.
Before penetration, there's what's the word?
Oh, I don't know. I'm not sure. Yeah,
Foreplay.
like
There's
foreplay.
foreplay, but there's a
Foreplay.
word starting with
Right.
preliminary in French anyway, whatever.
Right.
Foreplay. So you prepare. It's like anything, you kind of build the energy towards
Cultivate the energy. Yeah.
towards the delivering the piece of creation. On that
Mm,
note, today we're about embodiment.
mm.
So we're gonna do an exercise, Tash and I, around tuning into your body. How does that sound, Tash?
Beautiful. My body is speaking to me loudly today, so I'm happy for you to take over.
So, today, it's important to breathe. I mean, I'm sure a lot of you do breath work or breath work facilitators. Breath work is very powerful. Dancing is really fun, but unfortunately, playing music through Facebook and Zoom is a bit of a pain in the ass. I said
Mm.
it. The sound is not good, and then you need
Copyright problems.
copyright problems. So, anywho, so we're gonna do some movement and breath together. So please
Mm.
engage, play with us, dare to play. We're going to take some deep breath in. And the invitation here is to notice whether you are in a space of openness and receptivity, in connection to your soul, to your heart, or if you are in contraction and you are in anxiety, or you are a bit contracted or constipated in your body, like tied up. So practicing to know the distinction when you're coming from your ego, creating from your ego mind, as opposed to an open and relaxed space of inspiration from your heart. Noticing in the body what's happening. Does that make sense?
Perfect sense.
Okay. So we're going to open the heart. It's very simple. We said what comes from the heart is super simple. So if you want to just put your hand like this with your arm quite equal to your shoulders, your spine straight, your 2 feet on the ground, elongate your spine. And if you feel safe to do so, you can close your eyes. I'm going to stay connected here. And we're going to take 3 breaths, and you might need to look at me. So we're going to open and breathe. And opening the arms, open, 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 open the energy, expanding, 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 taking life in, open, 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 and let go like a balloon. Letting go like a balloon going after a birthday party.
Mhm.
And again, straight up. Take a big breath in and open, 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 expand, 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 open the heart, open the gate to your creativity, open your soul, open to receive, open, 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 expand, 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 and then let go like a balloon. Beautiful. And we do it a 3rd time for Trinity, Divine Mother, Divine Father, Divine Child, within, opening up, open and breathe and expand. Open your heart, open, open, open the portal of your zone of genius, expand, expand, open. Take life in, Open, 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 open. And let go.
Mm.
So much fun. And my kid is all out there to play. So fun. Oh,
That feels good.
that's just how you feel. A hand on the
Mm.
heart, a hand on the tummy.
Softer.
There you go. That's your word, softer.
Mm. Mm. Thank you.
Bless. So you're definitely more present.
Mm.
It takes a couple of minutes, not even.
Mm.
It brings you back to presence, to your body, to noticing
Mm.
any tension there. If you've been operating on the survival mode in the head, blah, 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 blah,
Mm.
it brings you back here and now.
Back into the body.
And connecting to this heart of yours,
Mm.
to your soul, to your expanded, higher, sovereign muse, your sovereign
Mm.
self, your creatrix, allowing source to create through you.
Yeah, we have to hand over, don't we? We have to hand ourselves over, in a sense, to really be the vessel, to be open, to be the to allow whatever is moving through us to move through us with grace. And sometimes it's not graceful as well.
Yeah, of
Sometimes
course.
it's messy.
Yeah,
Sometimes it's not perfect.
for sure. And that's perfect.
And
That's
that's
perfect. It's
perfect.
perfect.
But it's perfect.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it's perfect
Exactly.
and it's imperfect.
Yes, perfect,
But,
and
you
it's
know,
imperfectly perfect.
I saw Tash with her hat, and I thought, I'll play. Let's play. I'll put my hat. She said, "Is that too much? Is that too much?" And I'm like, listen, too much,
Yeah,
not
yeah,
enough, too much, not enough. Who cares? Let's
yeah,
play. Let's put
yeah,
our hat on, babe.
yeah.
Let's bring that. You know what I mean? And
Mm,
let's play. Let's play. Let's be creative. Let's open up. Let's be curious.
mm,
Cares what other people think of you. I've got a
mm.
master class on that tomorrow. I'm excited. What other
Yeah.
people think of you, you got to delete that from your nervous system, friends.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
So,
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 so, so,
so,
so. Yes, Tash.
so, so we are extending the invitation to the women, the muses, the healers, the space holders, the entrepreneurs, the facilitators, those who hold space for a lot of people, but perhaps don't get space held for them as much as they desire or need or want.
Yeah.
To join us in a magical weekend next month in person, where we can touch and hug and be in our beautiful sensuality in the gorgeous Blue Mountains. Amazing Brightlands. It's such a beautiful venue. We're going to be spending 3 days dedicated to 2 nights, 3 days dedicated to this energy, to unleashing your creatrix, to activating your muse, to finding your voice,
Yes.
to understanding more about your genetic blueprint,
Yes.
to opening up the perception of what you believe is possible for yourself and for your business and for the world, to refining your message and getting power with how you share yourself and your transmissions, your creative expression to the world. And it is taking place the first weekend in March. Is it the first weekend in March?
So it's
8th, 9th, 10th.
8, 9, 10 of March at
Yes.
Brightlands in Lura in the Blue Mountains. We
Yes.
offer you a free night, which is about $700. Delicious meals there. We're going to play. You can tell, Tasha and I, we're all about play, pleasure, and opening up, unleashing your creative genius, practicing to be in your zone of genius. Tash is a master with the gene keys and the human design. She
Love it.
lot in
Obsessed.
herself. I had a session with her. She's amazing.
Mhm.
I'm amazing with the voice activation, voice healing, voice tapping, which is linked to on a physical point of view, but also on a messaging, communicating point of view.
Mm.
So we're going to play with some amazing stuff. We're going to dance. We're going to write. We're going to be in nature. We're going to do fire ceremony, which is exquisite. You want to be for the sacred self-expression ceremony, which is the gold, the cherry on the top of the sundae. This retreat, we ran it in November 22, is absolutely, I mean, there's nothing like it. I've been to a lot of retreats, and it's very unique. And you come out of this fulfilled, nourished, crystal clear, connected. You'll meet amazing spiritual badass women like you. We're gonna have so much fun and fill our cup to the max. So you've got to come. You've got to come. Any questions?
If you're feeling a ping, if you're feeling like I'd like to know more about that, this might be for me. Yes, unfortunately, it is in New South Wales in Australia. So if you are tuning in from around the world, unless you're willing to fly to us, you're welcome to. Please feel free to reach out and to express your interest, and we can share with you more about what you can expect. And I always personally, I'm one to always follow that nudge. If I get a ping that something is for me, usually I am following it, hand on my heart, full knowing that I'm backed. I back myself in my decisions.
Nice.
But I feel like there'll be people here listening and watching the replay who will have that resonance, that like, oh, I feel like this might be the next level, the up level that I have been calling in. So please feel free to reach out and to ask your questions and comment. Let us know your beautiful, juicy takeaways, because Anick beautifully said at the beginning, there is an amazing soul business transformation session with Anick that she is very kindly, generously gifting to the person who comments the most, who engages the most. And any closing thoughts, Anick?
Yeah, well, we'll put the link of the retreat below the video. Feel free to send us a DM or an email if you want to have a call with one of us. We'll leave the video on YouTube. I'll put my YouTube channel. I've got a great YouTube channel with plenty of content and a TikTok. So I'll put that. So either you watch on Facebook or YouTube. We'll leave you up until Monday to revisit the content. To do the exercises. Tash exercise yesterday was amazing about, your childhood favorite games. So to give you some clarity around, are you actually bringing that into your business, your soul purpose? Is that part of your, to bring more inspiration and creativity into your world? So, any questions, reach out. Watch and hashtag replay. It was an honor and such a pleasure. So much fun to deliver this content for you, this channel content. We haven't prepared. We prepared a little bit.
But it's been very
a bit of structure, but this conversation is channeled. It's going in the flow. And Tash and I are soul sister. We adore each other. We've known each other for many years, and we have a solid relationship to hold you in a solid, sacred container. So you are safe here, and this retreat is a safe, solid, sacred container for you.
Beautiful.
Sacred Creatrix, come and play.
Come and play. Creatrix Playground.
Honor to serve with you, beautiful Tasha. I love you, adore you, to see you. You are delightful, exquisite, amazing. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to comment, my friends. Comment. The winner is the one who comments the most, engage the most with our content videos here.
Ciao, everyone.
Salut, bye-bye.